How's it going, people? Welcome to Supporters Club. Was that good enough? That wasn't really good, was it? No. Never good enough. Never good enough, you know. Listen, we're doing a player ratings. We've got the whole gang here. It feels like we're on tour, but we're not. But soon it's coming. Let's start with James. We're going to go to the keeper. Actually, no, this is a good one to start with. Everyone's ratings. James David Raya.
Yeah, 10.
Wow.
10.
Wow.
Yeah, superhero settings, man. 10.
Why are you saying wow?
No, I'm just
Of course it's 10.
10, yeah.
Broski, when's the last time you see an Arsenal keeper save 2 pens in a penalty shootout?
And he nearly got a third as well. He nearly saved the third.
He ain't happy that he didn't get the third.
Yeah, and you know the other thing as well, throughout the game, he was immaculate. You know what I mean? So he was perfect today. I mean, 10. You don't get a 10 for that performance.
I love him, but bad few days for Aaron Ramsdale. I love him, but
Where's Lee Judges, mate? He's drowning in sorrows, I think. Ramsdale
He's with Ramsdale.
He's probably with him, man. They're drinking together.
We tried, brother.
We tried. There's nothing more I can do.
No, big up Ramsdale, man.
Yeah, no, big up Ramsdale, but Raya today was unbelievable. And, you know, the 2 penalty saves, the first one, I think, killed him. That was it. And then, 10.
10. All right, cool. So is that everyone's man of the match, or is there going to be, we're going to get to it later, but because if you're giving 10,
My man of the match, yeah.
Yeah, gotta be.
No.
No?
No.
yeah, including the shootout. But through the 90, I think there were 1 or 2 others.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's go to Benjamin White, Robbie.
Yeah, he did all right. Played all right. I'll give him an 8. I thought he did all right today.
Yeah. Anyone else want to talk on Ben White? Curtis, go.
He's solid. He's in good form at the moment, isn't he? 2 assists at the weekend. No one troubled him, I think. I'll probably give him an 8. Solid. Clean sheet as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with 8. I was going to say 7, 8, but I'm happy with 8. He was solid. He often the unsung hero in defence, but, you know.
I would have argued the 7, to be fair, as well, but 8.
Yeah, 8. I thought there were a few like octopus moments for him where the ball, it looked like they were going to slip them behind. He just stuck a leg out and then won the ball back. And you could see he was tiring, but never stopped. So I'm happy with an 8. Brilliant.
Curtis, William Saliba.
I'd give him a 6. I didn't think he was at his best tonight. Silly yellow card. He's got that habit of grabbing people unnecessarily. I think for him, I'd probably say 6 might be harsh, but I thought for him he wasn't at his best. I'll give him a 6.
I think 6 is fair. Yeah, I was probably going to say 7 because we're through. But if I'm actually just judging the performance, there was a moment in the first half where an error caused an opportunity for them. He cleaned up, but yeah, it wasn't one of his best games. Early yellow card doesn't help. Had a couple moments where he grabbed a couple other men throughout, and I said, be careful. But other than that, he also done some good defensively because Porto did have a couple opportunities throwing the ball into the box, which he dealt with. But 6 is fair, just above average.
He had a big header chance as well that he missed, and that annoyed me. But anyway,
I'll give him a 7. I thought he was solid today. You know what I mean? He kept a clean sheet. I know that time when he got turned, but he pulled a man back. Good. Now, I mean, how many times down the years have we seen then the defender just lose him and that player go run through, right, and put a ball in and then we're 1-0 down? You know what I mean? Good. That's been smart.
But we've also over the years seen silly yellows lead to reds that have cost us. So.
Yeah, but it didn't. You know what I mean? Yeah, after that, he then looked after it and managed it. You know what I mean? I thought he was solid, man. He had to do a lot of one-on-one defending, which he handled well. 7.
I knew Robbie was going to go 7. You know?
Yeah, I'll go with a 7. I think he looked a bit confused by a team that didn't know whether we were fully pressing them out the pitch, to really just blow them away, or whether we were trying to be a bit more conservative. So at times him and Gabriel didn't know whether to go or not. But 7, a bit nervy, but he did okay.
Gabriel Magalhaes, Turkish.
I think the better of the 2. Bit of a madman, and I like that. I like that. He's just on stuff, man. You know, he's on stuff. Saliba's like the calm, composed general, and Gabriel's like the madman general.
Into some challenges.
Yeah, and even at the end of the match, he's still on it. So Gabriel, the better of the 2. I'm gonna say Gabriel 8.
I'll give Gabby an 8 as well. You don't do halves on here, do you?
No
Cool,
halves.
no halves. Yeah, I'll give him 8. He was solid.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was the better of the 2.
He was.
So, 8.
Yeah, 8 as well.
8. Okay, let me come to Italian tax, Jorginho.
Well, we're just missing our left back, aren't we?
Oh, I've gone left back. Look at me. Back to you though, Kivio.
I thought he was outstanding. I really did. I'll give him a 9.
Wait, 9.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought he was the most He had one moment towards the end where he tried to chest it down. He kind of got caught.
Yeah.
That was the one moment for me. What did he do wrong? He won all his duels. I felt he was, always in the right place. I thought he was brilliant.
The winger ran past him a few times.
Man.
He did.
I'd probably give him a 7. I thought going forward, didn't get round Trossard that much.
Nah, he got,
he got past him a couple of times in tight spaces, and he took him off as well. I give him a 7. That's still above average. He played well, but I don't think he was a 9.
I thought he played well. Yes, there was a couple early in the game, but I thought he played well, man. I thought
9 though.
No. I think 9. Yeah, a bit generous there. But
Sorry, I dropped you right now. I'm sorry.
But to be honest, I think
I
I'd give him an 8. I thought he was quite solid.
Okay.
He kept a clean sheet. I thought he was quite solid. I think he's really improved in that left back position. I think he did. I thought he did all right.
I can't do the rounds, and I'll send it to all of you.
Say no more.
Huh?
What?
I'm going to you for Kivio because they've said that we've heard 7, 8, 9.
7. I think 7's fair because he was good. He was good. I don't think he was great. Not that he needed to be great because Porto didn't really do much on the attacking front. But 7's fair.
A lot of times you have to one-on-one defending, and so.
Okay. I'm gonna 7. It was more 7s. It was 2 7s here, 8 and 9. So 7 wins there. James, back to you. Italian sax this time, Jorginho.
I don't know. I think we really struggled to play through them. I was disappointed with how little Jorginho and Rice really controlled the midfield. I actually felt they controlled that better. I'll give him a 7 because he was still in the... I've got to be honest, I thought he was running around more than Rice. I thought he was getting stuck in and trying to get on the ball. So I'll give him a 7.
I think I agree with that. You know what I mean? But what I liked about him as well, he showed his experience a lot. Won some little fouls. And, you know what I mean? He was doing a bit of what they were doing. So, a 7.
See, them halves, you don't like them, do you? So
No, it's not. What, are you saying lower than a 7 or higher than a 7?
not higher than a 7.
Yeah, not lower though. Well, what did you not like from Jorginho? I thought Jorginho was steady today.
Steady average 6 to me.
Okay, it's the
He
average.
was okay on the ball. He didn't play them passes that he was playing at the weekend where he's splitting people. Came off towards the end. I thought the midfield we didn't control that well, to be honest. So I give him a 6. Average.
I was gonna, you know what? When you first said that, I was gonna say 6, but then James made a good point that I do think he was the better of the two when compared to Rice. But I don't think Rice was any lower than a 6, so I'm gonna give Jorginho a 7.
So more 7. So 7, Jorginho gets there. Let's go to Martin Odegaard, will be our captain today.
I gave him a 9. I thought he was outstanding. He led from the front. He was the leader of the team. Stepped up, took the first penalty. Unbelievable assist for the goal. A very, very difficult defence to break down. It was his skill that made that goal, and his pressing. The guy I was sat next to, he said to me, he goes, I get tired just watching this guy, how busy he is. Even into extra time, he's still chasing down, man. He's unbelievable. His fitness levels are insane. He was the captain out there today, led from the front, as I said. 9 out of 10. He was fantastic.
I was going to go to Curtis, but James's smile when you were speaking, and he was just, you can just see him, he gets so
No, do you know why? Because Curtis was asking if we do halves. I'm asking if we do 0.9s, because for me, he's as close to a 10 as it gets, but I'll give him a 9. It's just, the assist was unreal.
Unbelievable.
Takes his penalty, hard work. But I think 10, you got to be, Raya was the difference. And so it's a 9.
I give him a 9. I think you look back at that signing now, you think for 35 million, that is a joke. It's an absolute joke of a signing. How they let him go for that cheap. I thought the through ball is just...
That's outrageous.
I think the only thing I would say, I think you've got to get him on the ball more sometimes in those positions because he can just split defences apart. I thought it was outstanding. Scored the penalty as well. Just brilliant performance. Proper captain tonight.
Yeah. Mad that 35 minutes and the captain for Arsenal came in and just took that responsibility.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 because Raya decided it, but
is that Turkish? Are you Turkish? Sorry.
We still got to talk about
Havertz is coming up, bro. Havertz is coming up. No, I'm gonna say 10 still for Odegaard because Raya couldn't decide it if Odegaard didn't decide it in the 120, because that moment was the moment, you know. And aside from that, the way he pressed, the way he worked, the way he led, he was by far for me the man of the match. Obviously, until Raya makes those 2 saves and decides it, that's why there's an argument there. But for me, Odegaard, I think it's the occasion as well. My last Champions League knockout game was 5-1 Munich. Munich. My last knockout game before that was 5-1 Munich. My last knockout game before that was Barca 3-1 at Nou Camp. So last few knockouts, even though they stretch a few years, so I'm just happy to see a knockout win. And Odegaard was key to that, because in that first 30 minutes, I was looking at it thinking, who's going to step up here? You know, because Porto were nullifying us, and it was frustrating. And even the crowd started not turning, but they were like, oof, this is going to be a sticky one, nerves. But Odegaard was the one that never stopped, he always wanted it. I agree with Curtis, sometimes we want him to be more in the attacking third, but he works so hard that if things are not going our way, he can do the deep lie and pick it up and progress. For me, 10, man.
10?
10.
All right, 9s across the board, really, but big up Turkish for the 10 there. Declan Rice, a lot of you spoke about him already today, but Curtis, Declan Rice.
I almost feel guilty doing this already, but it's a 6 for me. I give him the 6 for the work rate. I don't really praise work rate that much, because I think you should expect that. Of course. I thought once Jorginho came off, he was stitched a little bit. It was like, I'm by myself. Yeah. There's no one. He looked knackered at the end. I see he had cramp as well. Yeah. I thought Partey might have come on, but then is he match fit yet? Probably not. So I think he ran his socks off, but it wasn't. He didn't influence the game as much as he has in previous weeks, so I'd give him a 6.
Could be his lowest rating on player ratings, but let me just see. I think
6, yeah. Not his best.
Yeah. 6.
I think I'll probably edge towards a 7. You're right. It was a quieter game for him, but you say work rate. You don't like to give big ratings for that, but in a game like this, that's required big time, and he put in a shift.
Is that why you're giving him a 7? Is that extra?
That's why, to me, I'll probably bump him to a 7.
Okay.
It wasn't vintage. Well, when I say he didn't command the game as we've seen him normally do, but it was a different type of game that required a different type of Declan Rice. You know what I mean? So 7.
James, were we overrun in the midfield? Was I think Curtis or Turks?
Not overrun, but we didn't have control of it.
Yeah.
With Rice and Jorginho in there, and Odegaard, you'd expect we would.
That's because 2 teams nullified each other.
I agree with a bit.
Yeah.
But 6, yeah. He looked exhausted from minute 35 or whatever. Honestly, he looked shattered. So I thought the move to move him to 6 was actually quite good, because it meant he didn't have to keep bursting up the pitch. So, yeah.
Okay, so 6 for Declan Rice. That is, this one's going to pain me. Bukayo Saka, Turkish.
I'm glad
Why?
you went there first.
Because he knows he had a poor game and he doesn't want to say it.
Horrid
So he's come to me first.
Sorry.
I ain't got no problem with it, man. Saka, very poor today. Nothing was coming off for him. Always wanted the ball, which is probably the only positive. But it just didn't happen for him, and he was more frustrating than anything. At multiple times throughout the second half, an extra time, I thought he needs to be replaced. Maybe bring on, a Vieira or Reece. But he lasted, and he buried his penalty. He buried his penalty, which was a nervy moment. And we've seen him miss a big one for us before, a big one for England. So big him up for that. But that's not the Saka we know of with a 120. And for me, knowing what Saka is and what he can produce, I'm probably being nice with a 4.
Yeah. Guys?
I mean, we might bump it up because of the penalty, but I think that's probably the worst I've seen Saka play, if I'm being honest. I said in the fan cam there, I think he's suffering from having no competition. I think he knows he can put in that performance and nothing's going to change.
Stay on the
because
pitch.
Really, he should have got taken off, but he kept him on because he's produced big moments. He's going to take a penalty. I mean, yeah, the performance was probably a 2 or a 3, but because of the penalty, I'll bump it up to a 4 with Turkish as well. But
2. I'm being real. A harsh one. But he did. Listen, he did have a poor game. You know what I mean? Like, I think what Turkish said there, everything he tried didn't come off. Like, he gave the ball away a few times. He just didn't have a good game. But the reason why he weren't taken off is because the penalty, a great penalty taker. Yeah. And even though all that pressure was on him, he obviously knows he ain't had a great game. Fans know that he's not really had a great game. Stepped up, buried the penalty with aplomb. Right? I'm gonna give him a 5.
You gave him all that build-up and went up by 1. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
you can't give him a 2.
I gave him a 4. I gave him a 4 with the
I've got to be honest, yeah.
penalty. Doubled it up for me.
And he put a shift in as well. And again, these are Curtis. These are the type of games sometimes when, you know what I mean, you've got to put a shift in as
But
well.
also the argument at the moment, everyone's talking about world-class Saka. In big knockout games, that's where you see Mbappe. You see that. So we're looking at him.
Foden was in a big game on Sunday. What did he do? You know what I mean? So that's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes sometimes. So to me, I'm just saying, like, you know, world-class moments is when you're under pressure. And he had that penalty to take, and he buried it with aplomb.
I think I'm gonna give him a 5 as well. I don't think he had a good game. I thought he was fine. I agree with Robbie on the shift thing. Not in terms of just running a lot. I'm talking getting back, covering. Like they got their wing backs high up the pitch, and he was constantly having to get back, get forward. And then when he does get the ball, I noticed today a lot. There wasn't, because Erdogan was dropping deep. He didn't have the help he normally has. So I was watching, because the second half, like, he was right in front of us. And every time I got the ball, I almost couldn't always get disappointed with him, because I was like, you're on your own out there. Like, you are there having to beat men. And it's difficult. And
3 men. He's up against 3 men every time.
He did have a good
he
game.
did have a good game.
He did have a good game, but I'm not, like, for me, if Saka's, I'm not saying he's always doubled up on, I just...
I got to reiterate.
Robbie does this. Robbie
He does
this. He does
Will
this.
be Curtis gives Saka a 2.
Yeah, he does this.
No,
You know title here, you know. Don't do that to me. I gave him a
You were
4.
going to give him a 2. But he,
On the performance.
that's harsh.
There were moments, mainly in the first half, where there were moments in the first half where he did burst away, and in the second half I was like, can we get more of that? But I'll give him a 5. He was fine. Yeah.
I don't know where we're
Do you know
going.
what? I wish you was my football manager with your ratings, you know. Boy, I can play like that and you're giving me a 5. I would have loved to have played if you was the manager.
Amen. All right, where we going? 5 or 4? For me, it's a 4. We'll still go with 4 for Saka. Let's go to the opposite wing. Leandro Trossard, James.
6 because of the goal. I thought first half there were a few moments where he thought, he looked sharp, but then he really, really faded. So I'll give him a 6.
So Saka's a 5, but Trossard's a 6.
Trossard scored.
I know.
Yeah.
No, that's harsh, man. That's a big goal. I know before that he was also having a bit of a shaky game. Give the ball away a couple of times.
That's what I mean.
Get out muscled a few times as well. But when the listen, right?
Player raises a mess.
No, but the thing is,
Plays the ball away.
no, but the thing is, in a game of football, when that big moment comes and it's called for composure, that was a lovely finish. Man.
Yeah, it was good. Brilliant goal.
That's at least a 7, man. At least.
All right, fine. 7.
For me, big goal.
Big goal. I love mess this one. Right, where we go? Trossard.
No, I hear what he's saying though. You know, in a cup game, that's a great goal. Nutmeg Pepe, celebration.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we'd be having a different conversation now if it ain't for Trossard. So for me, next round tax, I'm giving you the 7. But I don't think he played that well.
No, he didn't.
I honestly don't think he's a left wing. I don't think he has the pace to play left wing.
Play a lot of time, ain't done nothing, but he puts it in the back of the net. And you know what I mean? So that's what he was
Trossard
kind
does
of
it
like.
50 times in a season. I'll be over the moon.
No, but I only wanted him to do it tonight because I'm dealing with tonight, and he was brilliant. That finish.
Robbie's good at getting twists up and just wiggling.
Yeah, it was a great finish.
Oh no, it was a great finish. It's a 7. It's fair. 7. Turkish.
Shall I be real? It's a mix of like, his performance was a 4. The goal takes it to 6. The occasion probably takes it to 7 because it took us to penalties. So I'd give him a 7.
Yeah, I think 7's justified. If I'm honest, he didn't have a great game, but he will know that. I think we all know that. But like you said, the occasion and the goal and how important it was. 7. Kai Havertz.
This is why I came in to this.
That's why you came.
Remember your son. Your son loves him. Remember.
Yeah. Didn't you see he's up for adoption now? So there's any takers?
Guy, you know.
Havertz family.
Hey, they got fees, 275k a week. Yeah, listen.
Back here he is.
Oh shit.
Isn't his wife a twerking champion or something?
That's Kivio.
Oh, okay. Nah,
That's gonna look bad.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's a no-no.
Right, Kivio.
You mean Havertz?
Havertz.
You know what? I'm gonna give Havertz a 7. I think he had a good game. You know why I say 7? Because I know that Huff really is closer to a 6, but he's a bit of a and I like that.
Okay.
You know,
There's the monetization gone.
no, it's not. It's a few. It's at least 10 minutes in. We're good.
But you're right. He's right though. You're right.
No, and I like a CUNT. I like that. You lot know me. I like that. Yeah, just in case, doubling up is risky.
Flag up.
But I like that. He shoved the manager. I like a bit of that. You know, and then the way he walks off and acts like he done nothing. Referee calls him over. He's like, calm. He knows what he's doing. I actually like that. And overall, I think that he worked hard. He put himself about, on the ball, not much, but I think that can be said for a lot of the attack, in my opinion, like we've said with Trossard and Saka. But 7, I think, yes, give him a 7. Why not?
That yellow card he got, that push, you saw his man just went.
I like that. I do like. I would probably give him a 6 because I feel like I can't give him the same as Trossard. Trossard scored a massive goal. I didn't. Havertz's penalty, by the way, was cold.
Yeah.
When I seen him, I said, "Yo, what?"
When he walked up, yeah.
The run up all casual and just slotted it. I said, "Raw." That's ice cold, man. So, but I thought in the game, I was disappointed with the disallowed goal because I think he didn't need to pull Pepe. I don't know if you've seen the replay, but he just.
Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't need to. It was soft, but Pepe master of dark arts, isn't he? So I'll probably give Havertz a 6. He put a shift in, but wasn't much of a goal for it, really.
Oh, this one's tough. Go on, Robbie.
I think I agree with Turkish, a 7. Because, he put in an absolute shift. He showed a lot of quality as well, and he was always available up front. I think it was a 7. And, he's surprised me since he's come to the Emirates with his physicality. I never knew he had that in him. I always thought he was going to be a bit of a sort of weak, but he's not. He puts it about, man. So 7.
7?
I agree with that because on the ball he lacked a little tonight, as a lot did. But off the ball he was tremendous. He was working so hard on the press. And then when we did get the ball to Raya or the back line, he was like, put it on my head. And listen, I don't know what the aerial duel stats are. They probably aren't as good as I'm thinking they'll be. But it did feel like even if he wasn't winning it, we were maybe getting the second ball. And he was just an absolute menace. I love that he gave their manager a good old shove. And I love that he was just like, the word Turkish so eloquently used. I love that he was just, I don't know, he gave it back a little bit.
Porto manager run up his mouth after the first game. So obviously Havertz remembered that, innit?
He said that about Tuchel and Guardiola in the past as well, this manager. So I'm just glad that Havertz, he looked like as the game went on, whether the quality was there on the ball or not, he went, I'm up for it. And we had to find a way today. And he was one of the players, along with Ødegaard, who was like, I'm going to try and find a way. And I love that.
Okay, so 7 as well, yeah? 7, I think we'll have to give it to Havertz there. Let's just quickly run through the subs. Eddie and Nketiah, Curtis.
Boy. You know when you didn't turn up for an exam and it was like not applicable. Boy, man, I thought I'd just seen the man sliding around on the floor. I didn't know what he playing in flip-flops or so. I mean, 3.
Oh, wow. I don't know, 5 everyone, or was it standard 5?
I mean, he didn't really have a chance to do much.
Yeah.
He didn't have much time, but he didn't do a lot with what he did have. I'll give him a 4.
4? Yeah.
NA.
NA, All right, let's go. This man had a bit more of minutes on the pitch, a bit more of impact. Zinchenko.
Hey.
Robbie does that.
I wasn't very happy with it. He kept giving up. Did you see when he gave that ball away when he led to their corner? That was probably the first corner they had. And he could have cleared the ball. Yeah. And then there was another. He was dodgy when he come on, man. That's probably a 3.
Yeah.
For me, I thought he was poor with it.
Give him a 3.
Yeah, he must have done something.
Didn't you think when he came on, like, your job when you come on, look after it? And he didn't.
I was looking out for something, right? The reason I gave Kivior such high praise was because, for the good or the bad, he felt composed, like he wasn't overawed by the occasion. Zinchenko came on. I'm a massive Zinchenko fan. But I was watching him within a minute or two, "Oh, let's go. And I was like, just play the game. Like, just keep calm. Because Kivior was and I thought he was pretty poor. I'm going to go with a 4 because I quite like him. That's it.
NA.
Oh, I've set you off for that one now, innit? You know what it is? He comes on.
Saying anything after getting demonetised. After the C word, no point.
The video's getting taken down anyway. It's like no point giving him a rate. You're like Zinchenko, who come on and keep the ball, and he gives him a corner, and you're like, oh, what's going on here, bro? He's been out for a while. I let him off, but yeah, I give him a 3.
3. I think there's 2 3s there and an NA, so we'll go with 3. Jesus. NA?
No. This one, I can rate this one because he came on and actually, I think when he came on and he went up top, I think it changed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It didn't change everything, but it changed a little bit. And then he went out wide when Eddie comes on, and then it went back to being a bit stale. One thing about Jesus, and we know this, he can win his aerial duels himself. I know Kai's been praised a lot for that, but I think Jesus come on, he worked equally as hard. He's physical. He had a few moments on the ball as well that I liked. I'm gonna say 6.
6.
Yeah, I give him a 6. I thought you felt his impact when he came on. He had that chance with the first touch near post.
Oh yeah.
Keeper saved it. So
Good save.
I thought he was unlucky because he comes on, has that chance, and you bang him on the left for Eddie. It's like, you really do that? Like, Gabriel's better than him. So yeah, I give him a 6. He was a live wire.
Yep. 6.
Yeah, agree with that. Agree with the 6.
Yeah, 6, but I'm realising I gave Trossard a 6, and he actually scored, so I got that one.
It's only for the time that they're. It's in context.
All right. 7, but Trossard should also be a 7.
Okay. Let's quickly run through the ref quickly from left to right. Referee rate. Oh right.
Do you know what? I thought he was shit, but for both teams. Like, I felt there were times I was like, oh, we fouled them. Wait, what? And they played on. And then there were moments I thought, oh, we're getting a yellow there. And then he didn't give a yellow. But some people were saying to me, no, but he was good because, you know, Jorginho could have been booked and he wasn't. I was like, that's not good refereeing. Like, we might have benefited from that, but that's not good. He was kind of picking and choosing between letting the game flow and then actually...
But kept all 11 players on the pitch, which I know. Listen, I know it doesn't sound great, but it kept the game, you know.
No, there was one moment where they had a player down for a head injury, got back up obviously, and we played through 2 players, and then as Havertz got the ball turned and we run at their back 4, he went, oh, head injury. I was like, you call it now or you don't? I'll give him a 4.
Yeah, I mean, remember when there was like a minute added on, man just blew off.
Yeah. That
After
was
about 30 seconds, it blew up.
What the fuck was that all about? There were stoppages galore, and you go,
Yeah.
1 minute.
Yeah,
What was he on?
It's his decision, though, is it? The minute.
I swear it is. I thought he communicates.
He communicates it, yeah.
What, he gives the minute?
And
I might be wrong.
do you know
No,
what?
it'd be on his
I didn't think he was great, but I thought he was consistent, right? He didn't give any yellow cards. Did he give one? Saliba. He didn't really give.
There was yellow cards.
Yeah, but he didn't really. He obviously wanted to keep his cards in his pocket, which I like. And he was quite consistent with it. He let us get away with things. He let them get away with things. He was better than the referee in Porto. That referee in Porto was a 0. He tonight probably 5.
I think there was like 45 or 40 fouls in that game, just so you know today.
You know what? Personally, I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he let the game flow, and you know what's funny? I don't know if anyone's seen, but he looks like Trossard.
So much.
Like, I don't know. I thought Trossard was reffing. I didn't know what was going on. Yeah, them eyes, and he had the little grey bit there as well. You know what I mean? But I thought he let the game flow. Champions League refs are usually quite strict. He kind of Jorginho should have definitely got booked, I thought, as well. So I give him 6.
Don't really rate refs in general, man.
NA.
Is it an NA one?
5 average.
Yeah, dead, man. Dead. Most refs are dead. He's not really. He's got a problem, man. He's got a problem. The way he ran over to Arteta.
Yeah, it was.
And he done the same.
booked him, didn't
Yeah, he's got issues, man. Hopefully he sorts them out.
Got issues. It's got issues. Anyway, 5. We'll just go with standard 5. Right. Mikel Arteta rating for what he's done today. Listen, hard game, got through it in the end, into the quarterfinals of Champions League, top of the Premier League for the international break. Turkish.
I'm gonna give 8.
4 to 8, yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 8. Not really sure why. People may ask, but we're through. And aside from maybe Jesus starting ahead of Trossard, in my opinion, there's not much else he could have done. I just don't think the performance was great, but I can't really put that on him either.
Fair.
I'll probably give him a 7 because we won the game as well. Don't forget, we did win 1-0, but the only thing I was kind of looking at him for that plan B. I thought, change the game, do something that changed it, and nothing really changed. Yeah. Extra time just dragged on, nothing happened in that. So we won the game and he picked a decent team, but I think he could have done more to change it with the subs at times.
So you've gone, what rating?
7.
7, you've gone 8, you've gone 7. Do you want to highlight Raya that he brought in? Got so much criticism for bringing him in, and the guy that won it for us today. But anyway, Mikel.
I'm going to go with that. With 8. As Turkish said in that the fact that he decided to play Trossard. He scored the goal. I was saying before the game I would have gone with Jesus. He went with Trossard. Trossard's the one who scored the goal. I was thinking to myself, why don't you take Saka off? He's having a nightmare. But then when the penalty shootout come now, I'm thinking, no, you got to keep a player like that on because the penalty taker, he kept Havertz on, who was knackered. Penalty taker, Declan Rice. He was thinking ahead. So 8. Yeah.
7. Like if we found out that they had penalty shootout training all week, that's
Probably
10.
did. I think they did.
But with penalties, and they're brilliant pens and Raya did brilliantly. They're not a lottery, but there is that element of how you deal with the pressure, luck, or whatever.
Yeah, but you can see those penalties. You can see a lot of preparation went into that.
100% agree. If we lose that shootout, what are we saying about our test performance? I know what I'm saying. I'm saying, did we really have a go? Did we really put them to the sword in the way I thought and hoped we would? But that's like, I don't want to harp on the negative. I know, I don't want to harp on about the negative.